powerhouses that were in the Pac-12. I think that's super cool. And then just the schedule that we play in general with adding guys like Bama and Penn State and just all those teams, I think it's going to be really good, and it's going to challenge us to up our competition, to up the level at which we play at. So I'm really excited for the season. I'm really excited for the games that we have. I think it's going to be a really good opportunity for us to get better and just judge ourselves against the people that are highly respected in college football. So I'm really excited for us, and I think we're going to shock a lot of people. I'm really excited for this team.
I say too, just you've been part of a team that you've seen a lot of change, and college football is more of a business now than ever. It always has been. But we've seen you in DP have and build a relationship with Will Pauling, Quincy. Just how do you reconcile 10 years ago that most of the roster would stay together? Now it's a lot more fluid. How have you worked to bring in new players, and you've seen the friendships build with Will and Quincy, and how have you tried to bring in transfers while also being part of the 21 class that you and DP were a part of, and those that were initially here?
Yeah, I think because if you look at it now, our 2021 class, it's like maybe 6 or 7 of us left to the initial 20 or something that we brought in. But just kind of knowing that college football is a business now, we need as much talent as we can get, and depth is equally as important. So trying to bring in guys that can help this team and just telling them what do I think they can bring to Madison, just stuff like that. And then also just the guys that we have on this roster, knowing that where we just kind of evaluate ourselves, knowing what we have to get better, and just guys for step up in those roles and stuff like that. So I'm super excited about this, and then just the future of Wisconsin. I think they're in good hands, especially with Coach Finkel at the helm. I think they're going to bring in an influx of talent, and I think it's going to be really cool to see. And I think this program is only on the rise.
Thank you.
Rico, I don't know if it's going to be your last season or not, but if it is, what would it mean to you to get this program kind of going back on the upward trajectory?
It mean the world. Like I've discussed before, we haven't been as successful as I wanted to be since I've been here. I think my best season here was my freshman year. I think we were 9-4, and I didn't play at all. So just kind of getting this team back on the right track and getting back Wisconsin to the status that it rightfully deserves. I think is the most important goal. It's one of the things I had in mind when coming back. I just knew I wanted to give it one more shot. I knew we had the talent, knew we had the roster to do it. So I'm super excited about getting this team back on track, and I'm really excited for the year that we'll have.
In terms of what Max Lofi has fought through to get back on the field, and what did you see from him in the spring to kind of put himself in position to be able to be that slot and play a ton of ball after what he's been through?
Definitely. I'm super happy for Max. Max is one of my best friends on the team, and just to see the journey that he's had with the injuries and fighting up, and Max has always kept a great attitude, a positive attitude, and I'm so happy to see him get back and play. He played so great spring ball. I was super proud of him. He was physical, a guy that we need in the secondary. He brings everything that you want: smart, tough, dependable, super fast, aggressive corner. So I'm really excited for him in the year that he has. I think getting him in a slot and getting him all over the defense in the back end is just going to help us out so greatly. And I think he's going to have an amazing role and a big-time role this year, and I think he's going to play some really good football for us.
Go ahead. Does the same thing go for Austin Brown? I know he's a different player than Max, but his ability to go between the slot and play safety and kind of be a guy that can move all around. Is it kind of the same thing with him, like how big of a role he may have?
Yeah, he's going to play a huge role too. AB is really good. I remember he came in for us in the LSU game and played nickel, and he played his tail off. So he had a really great game. I'm really excited for AB. I think he's going to be a part that can move all around for us in the secondary as safety, play some nickel. So I'm really excited for him in the year that he has. He's super smart, super aggressive as well. He's going to play really good football for us this year.
I'm not sure if we talked about it when you've been here, but your stepdad, obviously Frank, what kind of resource has he been throughout your football career, and maybe that decision to come back this offseason?
Definitely been a big advice giver for me and a life coach in terms of the football world, because he's been through it all, been drafted, been a guy that went through injury as well. So just really getting some really important advice from him, talking to him every day when I was going through that process of whether I was going to come out or come back to school. He was a really big help in me, helping me with opinions of people that he knows, highly respected scouts, and just stuff like that. So I think he helped me a lot in a decision. He was ultimately one of the main reasons I came back to school as well. Just him and hearing the advice he gave me. So yeah, he's definitely been a big advice giver and life coach for me in terms of the football world.
Obviously, you led the nation in picks last year. What sort of clicked for you last year, and then how do you take that process into the next season?
I think most important for me, the game just slowed down. Kind of when I played my sophomore year, my redshirt freshman year, the game was moving kind of fast, and I was just really trying to be perfect and make no mistakes. But realizing once you grow up a little bit and then you get to that point where you realize it's just football, it's just like high school ball. Obviously the details are more intense and everything like that, but it's just like everything comes down to the game, to it being a game of football. So just everything slowing down, me reading my keys more, up in my film watching, tendencies from the office, just trying to be as smart as a player as I could be, and led to me being a little bit more aggressive and taking more chances. Obviously, calculated risk and chances, but just being smart about it and just taking more risks and being advantageous and going to get the ball.
We talked about your relationship with Daryl, so you guys are starting a podcast.
Yeah.
What is it about? Like, have you already recorded your first episode?
Yeah, so we've recorded a couple of episodes. I think we done up to 3 now. So we plan to just release those. I think we're gonna start trying to release those during camp, or just whenever we get everything figured out with it. Just know we have some business parts to work over with it. But it's super excited. It's me, Daryl, Quincy, and Will. We're all doing a podcast, so really excited about that. It's been a idea for me and Daryl about a year and a half, and we brought Will and Quincy along. So I'm excited to do that. We always have great conversations, so we thought, why not put it into a podcast? So looking forward to that. I think it's going to be really big for us. I think it's going to be bring a lot of attention to the team, help the team out in a positive way. So I'm excited about that.
Are you going to do it during the season?
That's the plan. Probably going to record a few episodes here and there during the season, give you guys an insight on some of the game days, or like so after the game days, what we thought, our process, and just things like that. So really excited about that.
Do you look at that Michigan State game in 22 as kind of like a turning point for you in your career, and just going through that and knowing you're here and now you're here? Does it feel like that was kind of a turning point for you? Like you needed that, even though it was not something you wanted to go through?
Like even though it was definitely something I didn't want to happen, I definitely needed that. That really, I would say, turned me up a little bit, because just going through that rough phase, being benched, it just kind of my confidence shot down. And it was hard. But just getting myself out of that hole was really beneficial for me. And I think Coach Fickle and the new staff and Coach Haynes, everybody coming over, it gave me like that kind of new life and that new sense of like, okay, like this is a new opportunity to prove myself again. So just kind of carrying that confidence and that swagger and just getting back was super important for me. Like I said, I go back every year and I watch that game right before we start the season, just think about, man, I came a long way, and it's just like I think it's really important for me to see, and I'm super excited about the journey I've taken, and how I become a better player and I've progressed. I'm really excited for myself and the progress that I made.
What stands out for you when you go back and watch it?
I was timid. I was scared, man. I was scared of the moment, definitely. I just look at plays back. I was in position to make plays several times, but I didn't go for the ball. I was just comfortable trying to knock it out or just sort of like that instead of trying to go get it. I think seeing, as you guys can see last year, I was a little bit more aggressive with the point of attack and trying to go get the ball and stuff like that. So I just don't think I did that during that game. Just a little timid, trying not to make mistakes and play perfect out there, and just not being aggressive at all.
Pretty good receiver though too.
Oh yeah,